Hello, mga kabugtaw. Exciting ang mundo ngayon. This could make or break the world. Maraming nangyayari. May mga signs of despair, may mga signs of hope. Pero nagbabagong mundo. Something is emerging. Kaya ang pag-usapan natin ngayon ay BRICS versus NATO. No? BRICS refer to an alliance of countries, originally Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, composed of USA, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Canada, and Turkey. Pero itong Turkey, medyo gumaganon. Baka sumali sa BRICS. Ang BRICS ngayon, aside from those mentioned, kasama na rin ng Iran, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Ethiopia. Then, of course, sa Asia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam. They have joined the BRICS already. It's already a 21 nation strong. Is the BRICS versus NATO conflict the silent war that will reshape the future of the world? No, future of the world. And ang tingin ko dito, make or break. The future could be bright, the future could be bleak. No? Because the NATO countries, America and European countries, they are already declining. But like a dying man, they will bite and scratch to hold on to their dear life. No, NATO was founded in April 4, 1949, just after the Second World War. Nagkaroon na ng medyo uncomfortable relationship ang Russia at saka USA because tingin nila Russia wants to expand to the west, no, to conquer other European countries. It was the start of the Cold War. While BRICS was founded in 16 June 2019, 16 years old pa lang. Ang NATO 76 years old na, no? BRICS in global GDP is 44.1% of the world GDP, while NATO is only 37.1%. USA is only 4.2% ng ang GDP nila sa world population. It's not just alliances but civilization are aligning. Naalala ko yung libro ni Samuel Huntington, The Clash of Civilization. Kasi noon, Clash of Kingdom, then Clash of Nation, then sa Cold War, Clash of Ideology, communism versus liberal capitalism. Maganda pag-usapan to. Siguro one of our episodes in the future will be on Huntington Class of Civilization because he has a very interesting description of what a civilization is. Russia is a civilization. Japan is a civilization. China, not just a civilization, but a very ancient civilization. Iraq, Persian civilization. Well, America, well, it's a very young country compared to these civilizations, you know. And the future of the world will be a war, sabi ni Huntington, will be a clash of the civilization, and coupled with this, yung religion, Islamic world versus the Christian world, Hindu world versus the Buddhist world, of course, Buddhist China, no? And Hindu India, and Christian world, the Western countries, including the United States, and of course the Islamic world, Middle Eastern countries, and some Southeast Asian countries. Yun ang prediction ni Huntington. Pero pag-usapan natin yan in the future. Nanaliksik uli ako. Very interesting itong clash ng BRICS kasi in fact recently si Trump warned again, no? Napapatawan niya ng mataas na tariff itong mga bansang sumasali sa BRICS. Ang Pilipinas kakapataw lang ng 20% tariff. Akala ko ba friends tayo, no? Pero wala yan. Wala yung tariff na yan. Magbumirang yan sa Amerika. Sabi nga ni Professor Jeffrey Sachs, isang very respected economist sa Amerika, no? Professor sa Columbia University. graduate ng Harvard, then kahit si Richard Wolff, sa ring professor ng economics. Trump, Trump does not understand tariff. Yung una yung tariff, nagbumirang, umiyak din siya. Nung pumataw siya ng napakataas sa tariff, gusto ng China and other Southeast Asian nation na makipagdialogo sa kanya. Ang sagot niya, kiss my ass. Yabang talaga, arrogante talaga itong mga puti na to. But 22 days after, kumurap din siya, no? Bumigay siya, talo siya. Kasi wala na manufacturing power ang Amerika. Wala na manufacturing capability. Nagsimula yan ng panahon ni Nixon, yung Nixon shock, yung when he made gold, the dollar as the basis of its own currency. Hindi na gold base ang dolyar nila. Ang nangyari dyan, of course, the dollar value shoots overnight, no? Tumaas. Dahil doon, tumaas din ang labor. Dahil doon, maraming faktorya, manufacturing, ang yung manufacturing sector ng Amerika. Nagsilabasan ng Amerika, pumunta ng South America, Mexico, pumunta ng Asia, and pumunta ng China. Maliban sa mura yung labor noon sa China, highly skilled pa yung mga laborer, no? Kaya naglabasan, Boeing, marami, kahit Mercedes sa Germany, Apple, lahat ng China. Nung panahon ni Trump, Trump won, nung una niyang term, he wanted all these factories to come back to America. But too late, it's a business decision. Siyempre, bakit sila babalik ng Amerika? Ang taas ng tax at ang mahal ng labor, no? So, yun. So, it's in decline. And imagine, yabang ni Trump, yung GDP nila is only 4.2 of the world's GDP, whereas yung BRICS is 44.1. No? 75% of the world population nandito na sa BRICS, and it's a very, very robust economy right now. No? So, no bullets fired, no borders crossed, but a new global war has begun, and the world is splitting into two empires. This is it, West versus East. It's power versus independence, especially independence from the dollar. Tagal ko na sinasabi, eventually the dollar will collapse. It's already collapsing. No? BRICS plan is bigger than you think. They're not just forming a club, they want to create a new global currency. Hindi na dollar kasi kung dollar, inaabuso ng Amerika, yung sanction nila. No? Yung pag-freeze ng mga account. No? So, challenge IMF and World Bank. Ito talaga yung tunay na debt trap. And there's an emerging bank, yung AIIB, Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank. No? Mas maliit ang interest. Di tulad sa World Bank, IMF, then you have to hire their consultant pag nag-loan ka. As ang dami pang kondisyones pag nag-loan ka. Build independent financial networks na hindi na nakasali sa dolyar. It's the end game of Western monopoly, for a very, very long time. Especially after the Second World War, when America became a very powerful nation, it's a monopoly of Western Empire. Yung NATO strategy controlled by military. Ang NATO military, ang BRICS economy and trade. 800 plus US bases worldwide ang NATO. Unmatched naval fleets, full surveillance and drone dominance. It's not about defense. It's about military leverage to maintain the old empire. Noong nakaraan, pinag-usapan natin yung US military bases. They're not there for security. They're there to project power and maintain their hegemony or monopoly of trade in the world, not to maintain their power, which is very, very oppressive. Mapanlupig. If NATO is all about the dollar, NATO defends the petrodollar system. Noong 1971, nag-agreement ng US at Saudi Arabia that oil will be traded in dollar. Kaya itong gera sa Iran, it's not about nuclear weapon. It's because Iran started trading in other currency like the Chinese yuan. Yeah? Pag nangyari yan, other countries will soon follow. In fact, Saudi Arabia is already trading yuan. Goodbye petrodollar. Without petrodollar, the American economy will collapse. May hirap ng buhay sa Amerika ngayon, daming homeless, no? May mga kaibigan ako doon, yung nakakausap ko, hirap daw talagang buhay sa Amerika ngayon. BRICS is building a new trade system without the dollar. You control the money, you control the trade. Control the trade, you control nations, which had been happening for a long time already. This is a battle over who controls the future of money. No? And now the emerging world is a digital and AI Cold War. May bagong Cold War. Pero hindi na espionage, hindi na insurgency, funding insurgent, funding secessionist movement, Cold War, liberal capitalism versus communism, hindi na. It's now a digital and artificial intelligence Cold War. China leads in AI surveillance. Sa China ngayon, yung Skynet nila, parang Skynet, unang narinig ko yan sa Terminator, no? Monitored all citizens, may face recognition and everything. US leads in chip tech and cloud. So, wala na yan. No, dati, yung Silicon Valley sa California ng US, they were leading in chip technology. Pero wala na yan. Na-overtake na sila ng China at saka ng India. Russia developed cyber weapon. Traditionally kasi, the arenas of war is land, then water, sea, then na-invento yung aeroplano, air. Then ngayon, nadagdagan, no? Outer space, yung panahon ni Reagan, yung Star Wars siya. Then, cyberspace because of the computer age, and inner space. Inner space includes psychological warfare and biological warfare. The body is targeted, no? So, yun na ngayon. So, cyber weapon. You don't need missile, you don't need tanks. Many armed forces today, modern armed forces, are highly dependent on cyber technology. So you can hack them, you can collapse them, even their power grid and everything. India builds digital infrastructure. This isn't just military, it's digital domination, no? Cyber war. And BRICS is leading. Resource war, oil, lithium, and rare earths. Why do wars keep breaking out in the Middle East, Africa, and Central Asia? Of course, Middle East, oil, Africa, minerals, Central Asia, trade. Pero sa Africa ngayon, there are a lot of interesting things happening also, no? Sa Burkina Faso, they're nationalizing their gold, their lithium. Ganon na rin sa Mali ngayon. Kasi for a long time, their resources, their minerals were controlled by Western nations, France, the Netherlands, UK, Germany. Imagine, pag nanakaw yun, nanakaw ang resources nila. Sila, naambunan lang. Pero ngayon, tapos na. Kaya sakit sa ulo ngayon ng Western countries. Magnanakaw kayo buti nga sa inyo. NATO wants access and control. That's the new colonialization with tanks or trade deals, no? Carrots and sticks. So ngayon, wala sila magawa. Why this is the most dangerous power shift in 100 years? The West fears losing the dollar control, weakening military obedience. Hindi na takot sa mga threat nila tulad ng nabigla sila, yung capability ng Iran, no? Lumaban. Yung US sa Israel, bully. Gano'n lang ang psychology ng bully. Pag nilabanan mo, titiklop din yan. Alternative Development Banks, AIIB, dami. Losing narrative power globally. Sabi nga ni Colonel Douglas MacGregor, West Point graduate and former advisor to the Secretary of National Defense sa Amerika. Sabi people there in Washington are living in fantasy island. They think they're still the most powerful country in the world, militarily and economically. That's gone. Wala na yan. Kahit I heard Jeffrey Sachs, sinasabi niya rin, wala na yan. America is on decline. In fact, si Professor Richard Wolff sabi, America will collapse. No? If BRICS succeeds, empire fall without a single shot. No? Yung sa BRICS, di ba, sa Art of War ni Sun Tzu yan eh. The best victory is without firing a single shot. No? You won't see this on the news. Hindi mo na nakikita sa nababasa sa mainstream media to. Bayad yan eh. The media distracts you with celebrity drama, culture wars, manufactured outrage. Naku, lalo ng mga Pilipino, napakamarites. No? So, may mga soap opera, yung mga toilet humor ng mga noontime shows. No? There are distractions. Pero may nangyayari sa mundo, it's shifting. It's either dangerous or it's a sign of hope. No? But behind the scene, New World Order is forming, and we are in the middle of it. It's not about land, not about race, not about ideology. It's BRICS versus NATO, a war for resources, currency, technology, and human minds. Choose your side wisely, because neutrality may not be an option much longer. War of human minds. Kaninang umaga, sina Camentong, sina Kaado, yung Asian Century Journal. They had the forum, yung 9th year anniversary of the arbitration disaster. Yung Stratbase naman, 9th year anniversary of the arbitration victory. Anong victory? Niloloko niyo yung tao. No, hindi naman korte yun, nanalo daw sila. Anong pinanalo nyo? Sina De Rosario noon, sina Carpio, may pa-champagne, pa-toast pa. Kasi it was a disaster. We lost territories there sa arbitration na yun. And China did not participate. No? So there was no arbitration. It was not a judicial court. It was a private arbitration company. Hindi sumipot yung kabila. Hindi mo ng arbitration. Anyway, going back to BRICS versus NATO, it's an emerging world. No? Karamihan hindi alam yan. It could be, as I said, it could be dangerous. It could be prosperous. Prosperous in a sense, goodbye Western dominance, Western exploitation, Western colonialization. We in the global South, in the global East, have been victims and have been suffering in poverty because of this Western domination. No? Pinapahirapan na tayo, pero sila, kasi hinihigop yung mga resources natin. Yung sila, yung mayaman. Tayo, naghihirap. No? Naaambunan lang. But it's changing. Thank you, BRICS. No? But on the other hand, siyempre hindi papayag yung NATO, yung Western world yung kasama ng US na matatalo sila. That's why war is imminent, is possibly imminent. Because like a dying man, they will bite and scratch just to hold on to their life. Pero ang galing ng pag-handle ng China itong mga conflicts na to, kahit dito sa South China Sea. It abides by the principle of Wei Wu Wei, no? Doing something by doing nothing. Parang they're very patient. No? Kahit dito may mga provocation ng Philippine Coast Guard sa utos sa mga Amerikano sa South China Sea. Hindi pa napatulan ng China. The most that they do is water cannon, which is accepted internationally, no, as a deterrent to trespassers, to sa mga nanggugulo. No? Pero they're very patient. No? They're giving the West rope long enough to understand. Kasi alam nila na pag pinatulan nila to ng giyera, bagsak ang ekonomiya ng China, bagsak ang ekonomiya ng Southeast Asia. Kaya nga gusto ng West, ng NATO, ng Amerikano magkagiyera sa Asia para sirain ang pag-usbong ng ekonomiya. Sila naman palubog na. So, it's make or break. So, tingnan natin, sabi nga, choose your side wisely. Sabi, ang Pilipinas, pinagbawalan ng US na sumali sa BRICS. Eh, siyempre, si BBM, tuta ng kano yan. Sunod-sunuran sa kano, takot sa matanggal ng kano takot sa regime change. No? Wala siya independent foreign policy na nasa konstitusyon. Kaya napakasakit sa puso na itong Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, very progressive ng economy nila, tapos sumali pa sila sa BRICS, lalong tumibay, lalong umunlad, musbong ang kanilang ekonomiya. Samantala dito naman, kahit sino dito, gama na yung mahal na mga bilihin, yung inflation, no? Walang projects, no? Yung paghihirap ng mga Pilipino dahil sa Western dominant. So choose your side wisely. Nakakalungkot lang na marami pa rin Pilipino na sinasamba ang mga Amerikano, no? Na hindi nila alam ito yung nagpapahirap sa atin. So choose your side wisely.